Gerald Lucas here with another installment of Ask Gerald, where you get your real estate questions answered. Today's question comes from Sandy, and Sandy writes from Bloomfield, New Jersey. Sandy writes, "We've been getting lots of marketing letters from banks about getting a home equity line of credit on our home. Do you think it's smart to get a home equity line of credit?" Well, let's start by defining what a home equity line of credit is. The acronym is HELOC, and it's a line of credit against the equity in your home. So theoretically, the more equity you've built up in your home, the more equity you can access through a HELOC or home equity line of credit. Now, if you get a HELOC or home equity line of credit, there are advantages and disadvantages to getting them. So I'll give you 3 advantages of a HELOC and 3 disadvantages. One advantage is often lower interest rate than other forms of credit. So people often get a home equity line of credit to pay off credit cards. Of course, you're not paying off debt, you're actually just swapping it for another form of debt. But typically, home equity line of credit will often have lower interest rate than other forms of credit, which is one advantage. Another advantage of home equity line of credit is that the interest is often tax deductible, whereas credit card debt is not. It used to be a very long time ago, but it no longer is. And the third advantage to a home equity line of credit or a HELOC is that it may boost your credit score if you use it to pay off or pay down credit card debt. So let's talk about the 3 disadvantages of a home equity line of credit. The first is that you're putting your home at risk of foreclosure. So if you're borrowing money on your home and you default for whatever reason, you can't pay, they can foreclose and take your home, which, credit card companies not going to foreclose on your home if you fall behind your credit card payment. So that's sort of an existential threat to your home by getting using a home equity line of credit and using that line against your home. The second disadvantage of a HELOC is that the interest is often variable. So if the interest rates go up, so do your payments. And a third disadvantage is that using or tapping your home equity line of credit reduces your home equity, reduces your wealth. But the simple answer to your question is, do I think it's a good idea to use a home equity line of credit? I would say my simple answer would be no, if you don't need it. If you don't need home equity line of credit, I don't think it's a good idea to get it. There's costs associated with it, and even if you don't use it, whenever you're dealing with a bank, there's always costs. So there's appraisal fees and application fees, and there's often ongoing fees, early closure fees, inactivity fees, etc. So if you don't need home equity line of credit, I would say don't get it. But that's my opinion. So thanks for your question, Sandy. For more real estate tips and information, visit my blog at geraldlucas.com. I'm Gerald Lucas, and I'll see you again soon.